In this video I will explain the functionality KickStart. KickStart in Pauk you find in the left lower corner. You can switch it on and off. And KickStart is an algorithm which is made for bigger sized flashcards, so more than 20. Here we have an example of 100, and cards you have never learned. Normally you should have about 20 cards in your deck. If your deck is new and you learn it for the first time, so 20 is a good number. If you have lower than 20 cards, let's say 10, it's kind of too easy to learn. So, you learn it very quickly, but you also forget it then a little bit faster. And if you exceed the number of cards of 20 by a bigger number, let's say 40, 50 cards, then the risk is, if you have at card 40 or 45, that you already forgot what you have done on card 5 or 6. So it's not very efficient. So 20 is basically the ideal size of a card deck in Pauk. Nevertheless, if you have higher sizes like here, in this deck you have words to learn. You have a deck size of 100 cards. You can do that with KickStart if you have never learned this deck. What is KickStart doing? KickStart basically is breaking down these 100 cards to smaller packages, packages of 20, and also these packages of 20 will be broken down later to smaller packages. That's one functionality. Another functionality is the repetition of cards you have not known. These cards you got the answer wrong, they will be repeated much more often and immediately. So imagine if you try hard to answer a question, and then you give the answer and the answer is wrong. If you have tried hard to answer, then you remember your own wrong answer afterwards. So it's important to override this wrong answer immediately. So these cards which failed to have the right answer, they will be immediately repeated. That's the second functionality of Pauk KickStart. In addition, we have the settings for smaller packages. The packages for 20 they are given, but in the settings you can customize the smaller packages 2, 3, and 4. So depending on your learning style, you should just try out which is the right size for you. You can customize this in the settings menu and update it. So let's make an example how this works. We have loaded these 100 cards here and we start repetition. And I do this very quickly now because then you see how it works with the boxes. So if you do this very quickly, you can see you have packages at 3 with 3 cards right now, and then they go up. So that's basically the how it looks like if you learn the cards in the tool.